Good noon, everyone. Welcome to Nifty Banknifty live analysis. Now, as we can see that today market kind of opened gap down bullish, and obviously after shooting on the upside, we can see that there has been rejection at the DR daily resistance, plus obviously prior zone of resistance was also there, which pushed it on the downside. Now, more importantly, if you actually see, there has been a good move twice over here on Nifty, trying to defend whenever the downside has come. Strong buying power has come in, and that will also result over here today. Here we can see whenever the downside comes in, he tries to push it up, but finally he fails and downside comes in. But still, we can see a sharp pullback happening over here in the resistance zone and getting rejected. So one thing is clear, that on the higher side where the max call OI is there, the selling pressure is very high. So one thing is very much certain now, that this zone, the selling pressure is very strong and resistance is high. So आप देख सकते हो कि निफ्टी में यहाँ पे बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस जोन है, क्योंकि सुबह रैली होने के बाद जब उसने बाउंस किया तो यहाँ से अब वो ऊपर नहीं जा पाया, और यहाँ पे भी जब बाउंस आया है, यहाँ पे रिजेक्शन फिर से आ गया एट दी हायर लेवल. सो 15,800 से लेके 15,850 एक स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस जोन बेसिकली बन गया है निफ्टी के लिए. Well, now we need to understand whether we should take the buy trade or the sell trade for today's 0-0 expiry. So that is very important. So more importantly, as I told you that on the downside, this is very important support zone. So this is where you have the max put OI, plus we can see the green box, and we can see this is where strong buying can happen at 15,700. So what I would basically wait for is if the price kind of goes down, okay, and then he tries to reach back and come back down and try to go for the buy trade or basically call of 15,700 is what I will try to focus for 0-0 expiry today. Other way around, if the price goes in the upper end and if it tries to again try to move on the higher side, then I will try to go for 15,800 और 15,850 पुट ऑप्शन ऑन दी डाउनसाइड. सो अभी निफ्टी एक हायर और लोअर रेंज में है, तो हमें ये देखना है कि एक बार अगर निफ्टी लोअर रेंज में आ जाता है तो यहाँ पे मैक्स पुट का भी सपोर्ट है, प्लस ग्रीन बॉक्स का भी सपोर्ट है. तो ये स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट जोन एक बार और दो बार अटेम्प्ट करके डब्ल्यू स्ट्रक्चर बनाता है, तो आप 15,700 का कॉल ऑप्शन ले सकते हैं. सो यू कैन फोकस ऑन 15,700 call option if it forms W into the important support zone. Second, if it rises on the higher side and it tries to reach into the vicinity of 15,850 kind of zone, we try to look for M and the sell structure on the downside. So that is again very important, that we try to go for sell on the downside. Now let us try to bring in the dynamic OI to basically have more clarity through the dynamic OI. Where is the huge amount of OI which is also present? So if I try to bring in the dynamic structure of the OI, which is right over here, if I try to bring in through the OI, market is trading somewhere around 15,800, and today is the monthly expiry also and weekly expiry also. Trying to check the OTM option, we are very clear on the higher side there is huge resistance. So 15,800, 850, 900, huge resistance is there, and support is not there much around 700 and 600. So it is very clear upside is limited. So again we should revisit and say that okay, fine, we will look for selling opportunity on the higher side. So even if the buyer is trying to push it on the higher side, try to look for selling opportunity 15,800 or 15,850 put option. तो आपको अगर 15,800 या 15,850 पुट ऑप्शन ऑलमोस्ट अराउंड 2 o'clock अगर प्राइसेस ऊपर रहते हैं और यहाँ पे डब्ल्यू बनता है, तो आप 0-0 के लिए पुट ऑप्शन ले सकते हैं 15,800 या 15,850, जहां पे भी निफ्टी का जोन रहेगा. अदर वे राउंड, अगर एक शार्प रैली बाइंग की अगर देखनी है तो पहले इसे नीचे जाने दीजिए सपोर्ट जोन में 15,700 में, वहां पे उसको डबल अटेम्प्ट करने दीजिए फॉर डाउन साइड, और वहां से जब वो रैली लेता है आफ्टर 2 o'clock you can go for 15,700 call option also. So these are the two 0-0 expiry for Nifty. Clearly selling pressure is very high at the upper end. So 15,800, 850 एक बहुत ही strong resistance zone है निफ्टी के लिए for today's expiry. Going for Bank Nifty, one thing is very clear, Bank Nifty is very strong because right from the bottom, it just flew like rocket right in the morning. And we can clearly see the red dotted line exactly coming at the top. That clearly means that the selling strength is very high in Bank Nifty. So if Bank Nifty is trying to move up, we will only go for sell trade or reversal trade without any doubt, because we can clearly see sharp buying still could not sustain, came back down, trying to go up, trying to go up, trying to go up. Every instant selling pressure is very high. So even if it tries to push itself on the higher side, on the upside towards 33,600 or 33,500, we will go for put option on the downside. So that is what we will try to target. आपको 33,500 और 33,600 का पुट ऑप्शन पे फोकस करना है, क्योंकि जो सुबह सेलिंग आई है प्लस रेड डॉट है और रिजेक्शन जो मिला है इसको बार बार ये पर्टिकुलर जोन में, तो आपको पुट ऑप्शन पे ही फोकस करना है आज बैंक निफ्टी हीरो जीरो एक्सपायरी के फॉर्मेट में. So 33,500, 600, if it tries to move up into these zones, try to look for M rejection and go for downside. The second point, if Bank Nifty cracks down, okay, so if Bank Nifty cracks down, we can clearly see over here strong green plus morning open equal to high, strong gap down bullish structure which is there, which clearly tells me that there is a strong support zone which is there over here, where you have the daily support plus the weekly support, everything is in place. So this is where 33,200 or 33,000 zone, they are very strong support zone for Bank Nifty. Now taking a sell trade over here does not make sense, because it can come down and again bounce, again come down, again bounce. So I would suggest it is much better to let him dry right over here, and then when it tries to make something like this, you try to go for the buy trade put option of 33,200 for the upside, and that can be a sharp movement which can come towards the last 1 hour or so, and then the risk reward will also be superior. So let it slide down into these zones and then try to look for the buy trade. Now in the OI basis as well, if I try to bring in the dynamic OI, and one thing is again very clear that huge OI will be there at the upper end, the resistance will be strong, but still let us try to see. Market is trading somewhere around 33,400. If I see the OI, there is good support. So there is an opposite structure over here. We can see at 33,500, there is good resistance, which is there, but there is decent support at 400 also. So 400 support is there, and then straight at 33,000. So somewhere we can say that, okay, fine, the resistance zone is also powerful, but if it drives down over here, support is very strong towards 33,000 zone. So very much intact for whatever we have done the analysis. So आपको रिवर्सल और सपोर्ट या रेजिस्टेंस में ही देखना है. बीच में अगर आप हीरो जीरो एक्सपायरी ट्रेड करने जाओगे तो आपको पैसा नहीं बनेगा. तो इट इज बेटर कि आप वेट करिए, या तो ऊपर के जोन में चले जाने दीजिए या नीचे के जोन में आने दीजिए, और फिर आप 2 बजे के बाद कॉल या पुट पे फोकस करके आप स्ट्राइक प्राइस सिलेक्ट करके जिस हिसाब से बताया गया है उसमें आप ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. So wait for the market to kind of move either in the resistance or support zone, and then try to look for the good reversal formats with the call and put for Hero Zero expiry. Thank you very much for joining in for the Hero Zero expiry. I hope you are having a good time in trading today, and make sure that these are volatile times, so you keep your stop loss also intact and take risk as per your own appetite. Let's connect back tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching and have safe trading.